Morning, HPQ. How are you?
Good morning, good morning. Miss me?
Of course, I missed you. Like it's like half an hour into the show. You should have been here long time ago.
I should have
Like
been.
you know,
You know what it was? I
the
woke up.
salsa last night. It's the salsa
Well,
last
it
night.
was that too. The Cuban salsa. My God. At first I was saying I really didn't like Cuban salsa. And then I just got spun around in this class yesterday and it was actually quite fun. I actually really enjoyed it. But I danced. I definitely danced. But I
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoyed it. It was
So
good. But
you go on.
no, carry on.
No, go on. Yeah. I was saying. So you've experienced salsa, and a lot of people out there they always say I want to do it, but the Cuban salsa, it's called, what you did was called La Rueda, which is the wheel where you just all do the same dance and then you turn. And it was, I was actually quite impressed because that was pretty much improve a kind of intermediate class. And you actually got it quite well. I mean, I know you were sort of walking around, but I actually was watching you as you was going around. I thought, impressed indeed.
Oh, you should be, you know. My soul skills are up and coming.
Mm.
I could do a dance now, quite comfortably.
And
Well, ish.
understanding some of the Spanish as well, because we shout out like dame and chufla and all that kind of thing, siente and stuff. Yes,
Yeah,
biseto.
but it was very good, very good.
Great,
But
great.
I woke up in the middle of the night, and I looked out the window, and I thought it's quiet because I like to keep my blinds open. And I looked out, and I thinking, why is it so white and light? As I looked out, I just saw snow. From the middle
Exactly.
of the night. I mean, I saw the weather report saying what the dates that were going to predict snow. Snow's coming this week. I didn't take any notice, and I see snow when I woke up. I could not believe it. Fantastic news for anyone that wants to work from home. Yeah, you got the excuses that you don't have to come into work. Roads are blocked, trains are blocked, whatever the excuse is, you don't have to go
Mm,
into work. So I love the snow. I just don't like the sludge afterwards, but I do love the snow.
yeah, it
I
does
normally
look
throw my
nice.
cats outside and see how they fend in the snow. See them like run and run back in again, scoot in. Their cold paws. I do. I throw them out. Like they're just
Mm,
go and jump in the snow.
that's good.
But yes, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Angel Eyes, D Brown, Wolf Michael Fister, and I said Donald already. And who's on Sharky D? Spice Nice. She has to go to work now. Yes, you should. But she's saying she has to go downstairs or something. She said, or upstairs. Yeah. Let me go downstairs and start work. Well, why can't you just bring the music with you? I normally have
Yeah,
that. One laptop with the music,
we'll just put
one
it on the
laptop with
phone,
work.
isn't it? And just yeah.
No, no, no. Rudy's getting in the shower. Thanks for that information, Rudy. Have you got out yet? That was 5 minutes ago. Hopefully not. Hopefully you're still washing in the shower and you can hear us talking about you. Miss Kelsa, good morning. Laurie says it's just started snowing in London. Well, we've got a whole layer going on here already.
Hmm.
When I woke up first this morning, it had stopped and now it's started all over again. So yeah, we've got a blanket of snow going on here and more coming down. Pablo Mix, what a show you did yesterday. I was doing all sorts of work. I came back on my laptop. I think it must have been about 4 o'clock and you were still on. Listen, you do some sessions. You could do some sessions in music. But we're the breakfast flight crew. We come to entertain everyone in the morning. Starts off with the breakfast flight show and then moves on to Pablo Mix. I love his shows. And do you know what? You should stay on all day. You keep me company when I'm working, and it's a lively accompaniment, so it's much appreciated, Mr.
Yeah,
Pablo Mix.
definitely.
How
I
long are you
love the
going to do
show.
today?
Who me? You know what? I have a little project that I need doing, music project, because the weekender we've got this reggae bingo going on, and I need to work on that. So I need to send out the link today. So unfortunately, I'm going to finish at 10 o'clock, and then I'm going to get around the computer. It's going to take me about 3 or 4 hours, but the link needs to go out today. So I might stay an extra hour, maybe, but no, I have work to do. I'm
And
going to
I'm
be like
doing
you.
exactly head down, blinkers on, no distractions.
Mm,
But I'll be doing the quiz down there, Quizzle. That's a lovely, fun, interactive quiz. Just getting all the questions all together. So for those of you that are going to be down at the Reggae VIP Weekender,
hmm.
you've got Sharky DJ's bingo, music bingo, karaoke bingo, whatever it is you're
We've
doing.
got Adelaide McKenzie doing
Yes,
that. We've got
she's
Salsa
doing.
with Denise Moen. Yeah, I'll be helping her.
Okay, so it'd be good fun. It'd be
Yeah,
good
it's a
fun.
lot of fun there.
And of course, we've got Beanie Man on the schedule. So for those that didn't know, Beanie Man is coming down to the Reggae VIP Weekender. You're
And
going to miss out.
also Carol Thompson.
Yes, the lovely Carol Thompson.
Yeah, and there's going to be a tribute to Louisa Marks.
Nice one. But I've seen Carol Thompson and Louisa
I
Marks. I
haven't
haven't seen Beanie
No,
Man. I need to
Louisa
see
Marks
Beanie
is
Man.
gone. She passed away.
I know.
But Carol Thompson, I haven't. You know what? She's on. I do like Carol Thompson, so I'm looking forward to seeing her, and see him all the time. But the man like Slim.
We love Slim. I love Slim. I could watch Slim every day, so
Yeah.
that's fine with me. I'm looking forward to seeing him. It's going to be a great weekend. I've got a hot tub room, so no doubt I'll be. Even if there's snow around, I'm going to be in that hot tub. I'm telling you, people.
Yes, me too.
Jax Happy says, my daughter has just called me and said, Mum, have you seen the snow? Cheese and bread. I haven't used that term in a long time. Cheese and bread. Look out the window, and sure enough, it's snowing in Chigwell.
Chigwell.
It's snowing everywhere, baby girl.
Snowing.
It's snowing everywhere.
Mm.
Oh my gosh. Well, Sharky DJ, let's run a track and then I can come back and start with some news. Wet socks are the worst, and of course they do your feet some damage if you leave your feet in wet socks for a long time. We've all seen those survival films where people take their socks off and they're soaking wet and you can see all blisters and sores on their feet. So, yeah,
Frostbite.
Oh, no wet socks at all.
No.
Don't do it. Anyway, Sharky,
Mm.
do we have any Diddy news?
Do you know what? What was I reading? I can't even remember yesterday. I was busy dancing salsa yesterday, but there was a
Yeah.
touch on the Diddy. I can't remember what it was that I was.
Well, the Diddy news that we've got that we were reading about yesterday is that he's trying to obstruct the course of justice from jail.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
So lawyers are going in for the third time to try and get him released from jail, but the judge is throwing that out, saying he is a flight risk, a bit of a danger for intimidating some of the witnesses as well. And basically, they've listened into some of his phone calls from jail. And it seems that Diddy is trying to do things behind bars that he shouldn't do. And they're saying he's attempted to contact prospective witnesses from jail in a bid to sway the public ahead of his trial. Now, remember his children came out and they all were singing happy birthday to him. All of his children were sitting around a table. They put the video out on social media, and then his son said, you know, I'm taking over my dad's social media and we're going to be posting good vibes on here. And I think that's a bid in order to make his character look like he's a family man, and he couldn't possibly do these things. And all of this has been caught on the phones that he's from jail where he is. Manhattan Federal Court Jail, that's where he is. So they're saying that they're not going to give him bail. They're going to deny bail because he's trying to coerce witnesses and trying to flagrantly and repeatedly flout rules in order to improperly impact the outcome of his case. So they're saying that the defendant has shown, in other words, that he cannot be trusted to abide by rules and conditions. Now, the
Yeah.
prosecutors wrote that it could be inferred from his behaviour that Coombs wants to blackmail victims and witnesses into silence or providing testimony helpful to his defence. So he's still being a naughty boy.
Yeah, definitely. Well, apparently, what he's been doing, obviously, he's got a lot of money, you know, because they're allowed a certain amount of money in jail. He's been paying other inmates for their privilege to make phone calls. So a lot of phone calls that he's been making is through other accounts. So obviously, these accounts are being monitored. But obviously, it's, I'll say, difficult because they do record the jail phone calls, and they monitor all of his calls, but he's been using other people's accounts and making phone calls to his family and trying to divert the course of justice through that. So that's what he's been doing, and that's why he's been getting, you know, he's being caught by the governors there. So he's been a very, very, very naughty boy. And obviously he's trying to get his children and people to actually reach out to witnesses and, you know, pay them off and stuff like that. And, you know, But there's so many. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You know, I actually think the reality of him not coming out, because I think he's got away with so much over the years. The reality of him not coming out, I think it's now starting to hit him. And it won't be surprised if he's going to end up in some serious state of depression.
Well, you know, like I said, it depends what the prosecutors have got, what evidence they've got, and how successful they can be in serving this prosecution. And let's hope that the PDD team does not get to intimidate any of the witnesses, because that happens. Witness intimidation, it happens all the time amongst the very wealthy and the elite. They've got the money and they've got the means to do so. They could just say, we'll take out each of your families if you go on trial. You know, so the witnesses really do need to be protected against this, and also the jury, because the jury's there that can be intimidated. So yeah, they need to put a ring fence around them, protect them. And you know, like things like if any deaths happen in the family, then you know, you gotta point it back to certain people. I know you can't and you need proof, but I think this is a very high profile case and it requires high profile surveillance. Now, after he encouraged these 7 children to post a video out to the social media accounts showing them gathered round to his birthday, they're saying that P. Diddy allegedly monitored the analytics, including the audience engagement from inside the jail, and, sorry, this cold's still getting to me, and explicitly discussed with his family how to ensure the video had the desired effect on potential jury members in this case. Now, it's going to be hard for any jury members not to know anything about P. Diddy in the case and maybe not to have any biased feelings about it. I've never done jury service. Have you ever done jury service before?
Never.
Yeah, I've not been called. I think I got called up once, but I managed to get that taken away. For what reason it was, I really don't know. But P. Diddy, you know, May the 5th is going to be a great month. It's going to be a great month, I think, for us to be watching closely what's going on with him and seeing if he actually does get away with it, or will he serve some proper jail time. Let's hope he gets the proper jail time.
By the looks of it, and it looks like they're definitely going to be investigating that shooting that happened back when she was with Diddy.
DJ
And,
Rudy, yeah,
like
J-Lo's definitely involved.
Like she was carrying the gun, and the guy who took the fall for that, can't remember his name. Shine. He actually turned around and he's actually speaking out now, saying that he served the time and whatever's going on. So I think it's going to be very interesting in the next year or so on this case, because I think it's going to last quite long.
Well, there was rumours going on about J-Lo and her involvement in the shooting going way back. A lot of people saying that J-Lo was carrying the gun, but obviously her career was peaking at that time.
Yeah.
So I think her management just said, you need to finish with Diddy. We're going to get you. Diddy was just like, don't worry, I'm not going to involve you. I'll pin it all on Shine, which is why Jennifer's forever grateful to Diddy. She doesn't ever diss him in the news. You ever notice that? Doesn't matter. And she has not come out against Diddy once since this has broke. So I think there's a lot of noise behind no noise. It says a lot, J-Lo. And of course, her marriage to Ben Affleck just completely and spectacularly broke down after they got back together spectacularly. And, you know, 1 year or 2 years later into the marriage, they've suddenly got divorced, not talking. Now, the rumour has it, right, word on the street has it, that Ben Affleck found out about J-Lo's involvement with P. Diddy and in terms of the shooting, and obviously knew about the impending court case, or that the FBI were going after P. Diddy. Maybe he saw a couple of vids with J-Lo and in a freak off. Now I wouldn't be surprised if J-Lo was in a freak off. We all know that Will Smith's involved in freak offs. Steve Harvey's involved in freak off. What's his name? Kevin Hart,
yeah,
is involved in the freak offs.
I saw a video with Kevin Hart. And I actually remember there was a video posted in one of the groups of with Jay-Z, and I can't remember who else was in it. I think Diddy was in it. I didn't realise actually it was a freak off at the time. I really wish I could find that video.
Listen, all these videos that you've watched that apparently don't reach to HPQ's WhatsApp,
I
I don't
ages ago.
understand.
I mean, it was about last year sometime, but it was just a video you just watched, and you know I didn't really think nothing. I just thought, what's Jay-Z doing in that video? And It was posted by one of the guys. I'm going to see if somebody can find it, and then I'll send it to you so you can see it. But yes, I remember.
Well, there
seeing
was a
that
video that was because a lot of videos have been taken down on YouTube now from the
Mm,
freak offs and all of that. He's got his media team going through and taking everything down. But there was one where there was Jay-Z and there was all these big figures in the music
yeah,
industry, and they were at a Diddy party and they were talking. And the one thing that I noticed was that it was pure males. That was the one
yeah,
thing that stood out for me first of all, was
mm,
that there was a few women dotted around, but it was predominantly males in this party.
yeah.
And I'm thinking, all the women that are around them, and yet we've got this freak off Diddy party, and it's males. I mean,
Mm.
lots and
And lots
lots
of
of
guys, yeah, all
males.
the stars, yeah, they're
Yeah,
all in it,
but
yeah.
they'll do well in the UK to come to some of these parties that I go to where it's bare women.
I
You
tell you
know,
what, they'll do well in Brighton.
they'll do well anywhere here. Brixton now it looks like where it's going on.
Oh God,
Remember the men that were salsa dancing together in Brixton?
that was weird. That was weird.
I do. Yeah, I'm
That's
not
weird.
commenting. I'm not offending anybody, but
I'm
it's
just
it.
saying it was weird. Actually, you know it goes on, but when you actually see it and you actually see it in its entirety, you're kind of like, you know. It's not
I
about
know.
offending. It's just that if you're not used to something, you know things go on, but then when they bring it out into the public and then you actually see what goes on, it's a very different, you know. But they're a very
I-
different scene indeed. You just can't imagine.
Spice
Spice
Nice
Nice
said,
said, I will keep my mouth shut. And on that note, you was about to say something.
I was going to say something. I totally forgot what I was going to say. Totally forgot. I think it was about talking about people's names and pronouns and things
Mm.
like that. But it's gone. It's gone. I'll come back to that in a second.
Hmm.
But the other thing I wanted to speak about, going from one controversial figure to another, this other person that the royal family.
What they've
Another
been up
bane in
to?
my life, Prince Andrew.
Oh
It just
gosh.
doesn't go away, does it? He's like a thorn in your side that just keeps
It's
digging
like
at
that
you.
rash, that rash that just keeps coming up in the same place. Like,
Yeah, a nasty itch.
what has he done now?
So Prince Charles is trying to get him out from the royal uh, homes
Mm.
because he's not really doing any royal duties, and he's living in the Royal Lodge in Windsor. Now, Prince Charles said he's not bankrolling him; he's not paying for him anymore. So he's been taking. He's told the Duke that he has to come out and live in Frogmore Cottage, where Prince Harry and Meghan were living. And he says he doesn't want to go there. You know what it is? It's a pompous thing, and it's going from this 14-bedroom house to this 4-bedroom house is like a proper downgrade for him. And so he's refused to move out. So Prince Charles has taken away like his bodyguards. He's taken away some almost like pocket money that he used to give him.
Mm.
And the caveat on the house is that you have to pay for the renovations. If not, you have to come out.
Mm.
Now, all of a sudden, this skint royal has now found millions. It's going to cost about 3 million a year, something like that, or 3 million to do the renovations and the fixing of the works. You'd have to forgive me, everybody. I still got a blocked nose, and it's hard to talk sometimes with this blocked nose. But he was faced calls to come clean because suddenly he's found the money, but where has it come from? Because Prince Charles is not paying his security bill, and it's a 30-room mansion. Why is him and his wife living in a 30-room mansion? Now, we know his wife, Fergie, or ex-wife. Do you remember the stories about her
Yeah.
trying to sell him the fake shake calls they were? I think they were. She was trying to sell, getting access to Prince Andrew. And Prince Andrew made sure he wasn't involved in that scandal. But
Mm.
those two are full of scandals. They're both cheats and liars. And they're living together in this 30-room mansion that Prince Charles doesn't want them in, that he's now found money to renovate, and nobody knows where this money's coming from. Nobody knows who's giving him this money. It's probably one of Weinstein's associates, right?
Oh yeah.
Or from the Weinstein plot. Now, a young woman, a French socialite, looks to sue Prince Andrew because she lost more than 3 million in a dispute with him and his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson over the sale of a luxury ski chalet. And apparently he was supposed to pay her out millions, and then says he didn't have any money to pay her. And now he's found money to pay for the home that he's living in. So it looks like that she might be taking him back to court, saying, where is this money coming from? So the government is demanded to say that he should be clear about who's bankrolling him and where is this cash coming from that has allowed him to stay at the Royal Lodge. I'm going to take a break there. My block nose is killing me there.
Good. Take it easy. I feel it coming as well because I can feel something, this flu going around. Yeah,
DJ Rudy says, out of the taxpayers' money. I hope not. I'm sick and tired of paying for the royal family. I'm not a royalist. I'm anti-royal. And I don't believe in bankrolling them.
no.
Especially when I start to find out what types of land they got, which I'll come into in a second. Sharky, play a track while I try and ease this.
Well, you know what? It's time for that. Have you got over your coughing fits and sneezing fits?
Oh, it's not so much sneezing and coughing.
Block nose?
It's a blocked nose. And it's having a bit of a problem. But there's an echo here, Sharky.
Oh, it's the,
Sharky.
There you go. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Sorry. Right, yeah, it's just my blocked nose and trying to talk, and I've got lots of phlegm and all sorts, so it's giving me a bit of a headache and my sinuses are all blocked, so it gets a bit difficult to talk because I can't breathe out my nose, so, and I like to talk a lot, so, I like to talk a lot as well. But anyway, one thing I want to talk about, actually, two things I want to talk about, and I discussed this in, when I went to Ghana. We was having a huge debate about this. OnlyFans. Now, OnlyFans seems to be the place to go. If you're not working and you need to earn some cash, it looks like OnlyFans is the place to go onto, this platform. Now, it's kind of got this title, or it sits on this little mantle, because we know it's a place to go to where it's normally associated with sex or women selling their souls to the devil and bearing all, on these platforms and get paid for it. Now, we know you can make vast sums of money on OnlyFans, and you can have anything, right? It's like a TikTok for anything goes. So if you've got a particular fetish or you like seeing certain things, there's a person on OnlyFans that will guaranteed will get your boat rowing. So if you like gigantic breasts, there's women on there that have got gigantic breasts that will show them off, and you can get off on your rocks 24/7 if you want to. However, the platform is not just about sex. It's about fetishes. It's about other things that people like to view that doesn't necessarily have to show your body parts or indulge in any kind of sex whatsoever. And this is the discussion that we were having. So, one of my friends says she's got really nice feet and she's thinking of putting them on OnlyFans, right? Showing your feet off, people will pay a subscription. You could end up getting 30k a month. 30k a month, by the way, people. Wow. You could end up getting maybe more, depending on how nice your feet are. You could even have bunions on your feet. People will pay for mad-looking, corny, dry, scaly feet that they can obsess over. So you can have almost anything. So long as it's somebody likes it or a couple of people like it, you're going to make some money. Now, would you go on OnlyFans if it was that simple? If my feet were attractive to over 30,000 people and they were willing to pay a subscription of $1.99 a month to see my dry foot, would you put your dry foot on OnlyFans? Yes, I would. Definitely, no ifs or buts. I mean, is HPQ in her dry foot? Have a look. I would be showing it off. I put my picture up there like Bright King with 50,000 like flashing up every time I'm like, the gold teeth smile. I would go on OnlyFans. Tell me something, Mixclouders. Would you go on OnlyFans? Would you put your name up there and say, I'm on OnlyFans, here's my dry foot or my dry elbow, or wake up with matter in your eye? All these kind of things that people like. People have got some fetishes that I'm not even going into it. But people might like matter in your eye in the morning, the dribble stains down your mouth, the wake up morning look. This is how I wake up. Somebody likes it.
People like weird things, innit? I mean, I've got nice hands. I've been told I've got nice hands, right?
You got soft hands. That's what you have. That's a man that don't
nice
do
hands,
no work.
Do you think I could make
Soft.
some money with these hands here?
Soft.
And I've got soft feet as well. Do you think I could put my foot bottom on, cream it up, and just leave a little bit of dry bit at the bottom, and then somebody would pay some money to me for that? Of course I would. I'll sit there all day if I'm making 30 grand.
Look, Spice Nice says she's got good looking feet. She says, I don't know how to get it. Look, Hook me up, girl. I can be your manager. I'll administer the page. I'll take all the shots, all the videos, and we'll do a little money-making business. Anybody else got nice feet that needs to go on too?
Shazstar says, yes, me too. Me too.
Well
what,
done,
Shazstar?
girls.
Is it nice feet, dry feet? What is it that you've got?
Mat it in your eye. Have you got that?
Good morning, Lady B. Oh dear. Morning, blessings.
Lady B, would you go on OnlyFans? Would you? Spice
She's
Nice says,
gonna say no.
"Wowie, yes, yes." Spice, honestly, listen. Everyone knows when I'm not joking. When there's money to be made or a money-making scheme, I'm in there. Listen, I will show my bunion foot anytime. I'd even go for the op so you can film it, put it on there. Look.
You know what, right? You know, like it's a bit naughty, right? Now, let's say, for instance, if you was to show your front, or a man was to show his mantle, but you can't see nothing else, right? Would you do it? But no one knew that it was you, but you're just sitting there with your front there,
Someone's gonna know it's you. Someone's seen your front, right? Somebody can recognize. That's HPQ.
I recognize that. What's she doing on there?
That's HBQs. I know it. I don't know. I don't know about. Well, you know what? If I could go completely incognito, completely, and be assured of that.
Do it from here.
I don't know. No, there's too many things that's recognizable on my body.
Yeah. The little tattoo there.
Just a little small tattoo, shape. I don't know, but if millions are on it or thousands are on it, how would you recognise one person if you're not looking for them? Somebody would have to pinpoint you there.
That body, isn't it?
Maxine
Green. Hi, Maxine. How you doing? She said,
Hi,
I
Maxine.
should go with my bunion feet.
Maxine, we were having this discussion in Ghana with a few people, and we had one camp that was like, no, it's associated with sex. What if your children knew you were on it? Well, they're getting the cash. They're going on Disneyland holidays. They're benefiting from it, And
I've got nice legs. Why not?
Lady B says, if I put my lips on only... Listen, girl, but then what if you had someone say, you got your lips, and they said, would you kiss someone's foot with those lips and post it up there, and I'll give you 10 grand? Would you do that, Lady B? This is... Lady B says the question is which lips. You're so naughty.
You're not getting naughty. Let me play
You're
a tune.
so naughty. Lady B. Are they the same size?
I am having one malfunction with this thing here. I think that OnlyFans has overheated this particular laptop there.
Do you know what? I've just logged into OnlyFans. I created my account, my HPQ account. I'm logged in, people. I'm logged in. I'm going to see what... And the first thing I can see is about these tattoo women. And lots of breasts. And lots of lips. Lots of bums. Lots of fillers. That Love Island look is what I see. Everybody looks the same. What's with all these tattoos? Let's tattoo up the whole... These women with the whole arms and legs done. What are they going to look like at 72 with all these tattoos? It's not going to look at these big inflated lips.
Sometimes, though, right? You do have to wonder.
Listen, I'm telling you. But OnlyFans, ladies... Spice Nice, you and I could have a discussion a bit later on about OnlyFans accounts and what we can do, how I could be your manager. And Maxine, let's get your bunion feet on there. I'm sure there's a call in for bunion feet, definitely. And Shazstar is laughing. But the other debate that I had, actually, that I had with you, you sent me, what was it? Like an Instagram story about this man that was allergic to this lady's cat and telling her that she has to get rid of it. And she's looking at him sideways saying,
yes.
I don't think so. And then I think you asked me, would I get rid of my pet for a relationship? And that was a resounding no. I don't even know why you were asking me. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have pets, would you give up your pet that you've had for 18, 19 years for your new relationship? Would you do it? Or if your partner suddenly become allergic to the cats, I'd be like, here's a bottle of Piriton and a bag of antihistamines, and I suggest you take that for the rest of your life because the cat's staying. The cat's been here through thick and thin. I talk to my cat. It knows when I'm upset. It cuddles me. It gives me unconditional love. It doesn't argue back. doesn't make a mess, well, apart from when she's eating, and she's my companion. Why am I getting rid of her?
So
For
Spice Nice, the man of your life walks into your life. It's just everything you need. But the condition was you get rid of the cat. But he's the man of your life. He's that.
Listen,
He's that guy. He's that.
I'd have to hang a picture on the wall and look at it. And tell my
Lady-
cat, you best be on best behaviour for the rest of your life of what I've given up for you.
Lady B says that's like getting rid of your children for a relationship. So no.
No, 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 and hell no. And I know when I sent Sharky that message, I could feel that. I could feel my ears
was
burning.
fine, no,
I feel the eyes just like.
Listen,
You
I
mean
would-
the cats come before me? Yes, baby love. Yes, they do.
They were here before me, so you know what? You came here. The cats are there. So you know, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I was just asking. I just thought I'd throw it out there. I know what your answer would be. You know,
Well, that's
it's
what I
just
thought.
interesting because obviously, you know, it was just a video of the guy who was like, you know what, you need to get rid of your cat because, you know. But I listen. If I had a cat, if I had a pussy, I'm not getting rid of my pussy for anyone. No. Why?
I know what you mean, Sharky DJ. Behave yourself. All this talk this morning, people. All of this talk. Spice Nice says she loves her sparkle. I love my Willow and my Annie. You know, they come and greet me. They want to come and cuddle up next to me all the time. It's lovely. It's lovely.
like
They
the
don't
name
give you no
Sparkle.
trouble.
That's
No
a nice
trouble
name for a
whatsoever.
cat, innit? Sparkle.
Yeah, that is. That is.
If we get a new cat, I'm gonna name it Sparkle as well.
No, we'll get, when one cat goes, it's a dog that's coming in.
No,
I
look
did
after
say I'm going to
your
get a dog.
Dogs are high maintenance. They're like women.
Well, me and the dog will do nicely then. We can high maintenance ourselves.
Especially if we get a bitch.
Lady
You lot
B
got-
says,
you got one this morning.
do you want to read what Lady B has said, Sharky DJ?
She said, "Pussy, you know, Sharky DJ, would you put it on OnlyFans? The cat we're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about." On YouTube. And what was really funny is that when you see some cats, right, at the door, right, pressing the doorbell or jumping up to open up the doors, so they do know how to get in. And it's amazing when you actually watch the cat when they want to get around. They look, they watch, they learn, and they do try to jump up onto the handles and let themselves in. Or there was one cat literally standing up on the wall like this, and while it's pressing the doorbell. I saw a couple of cats doing this. I was like, wow, that's amazing. It's actually pressing the doorbell and looking like you're gonna let us in. The owner opens the door, they jump down and walk straight in.
Cats are amazing. Animals are amazing. I do
They
love
are.
watching animals. I really do. And wildlife. Richard Attenborough, you like the lions and the elephants and the tigers and things. So, yeah, absolutely lovely. Love it, love it, love it. Now, whilst we were on the subject of sex, another debate that I was having in Ghana, I meant to bring this up last week. Another debate I was having is, do you wear knickers to bed? And do you put them back on after sex? Well, the responses I got was, yep, they always wear knickers to bed. And, well, from one person, they said they wear knickers to bed. And if they've had sex, they put the knickers back on afterwards. Now, imagine you're with your man that you've been with for years, not some random Joe Bloggs, you know, that you just picked up. You're with your man. Are you telling me that you put knickers back on after sex in bed? I don't understand.
Oh, that's
Make me
rude,
understand. Make me
Man.
understand, please.
Man. No, man. Put it. What for? Maybe to keep the fluids in.
Keep warm. I don't know. Maybe
What if they wear a thong? That ain't gonna do nothing. You know, they got to wear one of them granny ones, innit? The granny.
I
ones.
don't know. For those that indulge in sex,
or
for those who have the privilege of getting some, right? Because not everybody on this platform is, so not a lot of people can answer the question, right? These are for the people who are getting some. Do you wear your underwear afterwards? Or do you actually even wear underwear to bed? Even the thought of that just makes me cringe. No and no for me. For HPQ, it's no and no. I don't know about anybody else. Tell me, Mixclouders.
That's a lie, HPQ. That's a lie. When you're vexed, you wear it. When you're
You
vexed-
know that when you vex, when you feel
I
that,
know
oh,
when
she's
'cause
vexed.
that stays on like. pajamas, everything.
Comes up.
Passion killers, the lot.
Yeah, pajamas come all the way up here, you know, just like,
You know, the
turn your
onesie.
back. Zipped up, hoodies over. If you haven't got the no, but the whole outfit's telling you no. Don't even come in. Don't knock on the door. I'm not letting you anywhere in. I've got the space astronaut suit on. No way. Oh yeah. Does anybody else get the blockers? Like, do they know what's a blocker? If especially if the wig cap, you know, the hat. What do they call it now? That scarf now. The whole thing that go. What do you call them again? The hats, hair hats. I don't know. When those come on, it's not the most attractive thing you go to bed with or waking up to. I'll tell you what, I've got to give it up to our black men because we don't go to bed pretty. Black women just do not go to bed pretty, right? We haven't got the flowy hair on the pillow that makes us that, you know, look like you're just woken up with a full face of makeup. Everything comes off, the scarf goes up, the hair gets wrapped up or the wig gets kept safe, and you got to mind the weave and the wig at the same time. Don't mess about with the hair. There's all that comes into it.
I don't understand women who wear wigs, that go to bed with wigs. Like, if they got their partner, they just, like, will not take it off. I mean, I don't get it. That thing
Thank you, Lady Bees. Bonnet. That's the word I was looking for.
Bonnet.
Oh, yeah. So, Kimmy Kim says the big granny knickers and tights on the head, the blockers. They are the blockers, you know. Granny knickers, the bonnet. The old-time dressing gown, you know, when it's warm. You don't care about how it looks. It's just warm, right?
And if you really want to upset him, just put on a baggy.
In it. Not even knickers, a baggy. Remember that name? Baggy. Because they are baggy, innit? There's no shape to them. They're doing the basic function of covering up the lower body part, but that's about it. There's no fanfare like, yeah, this looks good. You know, I'm looking nice. Nope, none of that. None of that. And Verona says, if you're a black woman, you know, headscarf, etc., going to bed. Yeah, so, you know, even when you watch Big Brother, Love Island, you always see the black girl with the head wrap. Nobody else has got a head wrap. It's just us with the scarf, looking all manky. I don't understand. I mean, I love... Do you know, I've got to talk about that, actually, hair. I had a woman in the queue the other day, and you know they said people don't touch your hair. This woman was touching... Oh, your hair's so nice! That's what the woman was doing, you know, to my hair. Your hair's so nice. Oh, my gosh. What does it look like when you take it out? And I'm like, oh, it's just a big afro when I take it out. Little does she know, none of this is my hair. But she had her hands up in it, and I thought, you know what? Today's a good day. I'm not going to get upset with this woman with her hands in my hair. No one told her to put her hands on my hair.
What is it with the fascination of putting, for women's, Caucasian women putting their hands in... black women's hair, because it's something that happens over the years. You hear women talking about it's like they, you know, at work they just want to touch your hair.
We'll put it this way, it's like a blonde woman going to China. The Chinese are fascinated with somebody's hair being naturally blonde because their hair is naturally black. Or it's like a white person speaking Jamaican, you know, in the middle of deep dark jungles of Jamaica. You know, it's something to look at, and unfortunately white people don't have our texture hair at all. And we've got very woolly afro-y hair that we can do so many different styles with, and it's some people are in awe of it. They are in awe. So the first thing they want to do is touch it. It's a bit like people that put their nose and smell food. You know, you ever get people coming up to your food plate and put their head right down and smell your food? I've had to slap a few people because of that. Don't do that. Don't come and smell my food when I'm eating. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. That's the worst for me.
I can't remember where it was I went the other day and I was talking, and it's like they just wanted me to carry on talking. I suppose there's certain parts of the world that you go as well as a black person, and they hear your English accent. It's like, oh God, you know. I remember when I went in Canada many years ago, and they used to keep me in the shop in Halifax. Everywhere I went, it was like everyone was just like chatting away, and I realised after that they just wanted to hear my accent. It's like, you know, a black person with an English accent. It was kind of a novelty, so they didn't get that chance to talk to you. So they carry on this conversation because they like, you know, that amazement. Yeah,
we get that in America a lot. People just have you standing there talking like you're a puppet. Oh, we love your accent.
Love your accent.
Yeah, and Lady B says Imagine you're walking up to the stand, stroking their hair. It's creepy. Yeah, woman had her hands was all up in my hair, flicking it up. Like, what happens if I hold it up and drop it down again? Lucky I was in a good mood. I was just in a good mood. I just thought, you know what? Let's leave it today. She didn't mean any harm. I just have to educate these people. It's not appropriate to put your hands in people's hair. Stand there and stare. Pay me some cash if you want to. Yeah, come across the wrong black woman. Oh, you are in trouble.
You know what I
You
mean?
are in trouble.
Or you can just do a live OnlyFans. Say, listen, you want to touch this here? Some
Yeah.
dollars, please.
Watch it bounce. Watch it
Stepping
bounce.
out.
Stepping out, yeah. I was reading an article about a black lady today that was had to take a DNA test after people just said her fair-skinned child isn't really hers. Now, I'm sure I've seen lots of TikTok videos about families, blended families, whereby the mother is very, very dark and the father is a white guy and the child just looks white, doesn't look like it could possibly belong to this woman. But this woman takes the biscuit in being a mum to interracial child, because this child looks absolutely nothing like the mum. This child is called Pudge, right? Mm-hmm. She's a mum of three. Her husband is white, and they welcomed their daughter through IVS. And the couple said they were surprised how different she looked, especially compared to the other two children who are darker. And they've got complete differences in their skin tone. I mean, they've been out shopping, and there was one time some woman came around and said, "This is not your child," and threatened to call the police because she didn't believe the child was hers. Now, if you, just for perspective, this is the whole entire family. That's the dad. There's the mum. You can see even with the kids, one of the boys is a lot darker than the other one. But her daughter is essentially nearly white, and she's had to take a DNA test to prove that she's the mum of this daughter. But I mean, all her features are predominantly white there. The hair, the look. She hasn't even got a nose. Not even the lips. Nothing. Nada. So I can understand how she probably gets stopped on the streets. But you know what? We live in a world today where anything's possible. We've got different cultures mixing with so many others and it creates these wonderful children. So, you know, we should be raising our hands to them. But that is extraordinary, actually. And as I said, on TikTok, you're seeing a number of these type of families that put it on there and saying, "This is my child. Don't try and say it's not." But, you know, it's the way of the world that we live in. And SharkyDJ, are you there with me? I feel like you're doing something else there.
No, I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay, good. Now, one of the other stories I want to quickly bring, because it's coming up to the time of me to go, and I really wanted to bring this story to you because it's actually quite important. Now, who eats tinned tuna? I'm not a big fan of tuna.
I do.
Okay.
Don't put me off of it now. What are you going to say to put me off a tin tuna now? Because I like my tin tuna.
Well, they're saying...
You're frightening me now. What they say
Well, you know, activists are demanding an outright ban on serving tin tuna in hospitals and schools. I think it should just be, you know, throughout the world, really, after toxic levels of mercury were detected in the store cupboard favourite. Now, these environmental campaigners also accused the food safety bodies and tuna firms of cynical lobbying that serve economic interests to the detriment of health. Now, for the 5 past decades, the mercury threshold has been 3 times higher for tuna than any other fish, without the slightest health justification. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So this came after this company called Bloom and consumer rights organisation Foodwatch published an alarming report that revealed how pervasive the contamination is. Now, tests on almost 150 tins purchased in France, Italy, Spain, Germany and Britain found all contained mercury, and 57% exceeded safe limits for many fish. Now, exposure to mercury can impair brain development, trigger life-threatening lung damage, cancers, and can cause birth defects if consumed by pregnant women. They always say, especially pregnant women, do not consume so much fish, mercury-rich fish. I think it's like salmon. Tuna's one of them as well. And according to the World Health Organization, it considers it a major public concern on par with asbestos and arsenic. So these researchers have claimed they've uncovered a colossal risk to public health and have urged governments to take urgent action. So around 4/5 of mercury put into the atmosphere from natural and human causes, such as burning coal, ends up in the ocean, where it's then converted by tiny organisms that make it into a toxic compound known as methyl mercury. which is the compound that's contained in some of our fish that comes out as mercury. So it works its way up into the food chain and accumulates in the top predators in high concentrations.
Wow.
Now, as tuna and other predators live longer, like sharks or saltfish, they are higher up the food chain, they eat the smaller fish, and so they accumulate more mercury over time. So, guys, watch out for when you're eating tin tuna. The high levels of mercury do not make it good for us whatsoever. Take stock. They always say try not to eat everything in small doses, you know, and I just think most of our foods are becoming poisonous to us. I keep talking about children having so much more
You
issues.
try to eat everything in small doses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or try to eat things in small doses.
Yeah.
Don't have tuna every day, you know, or twice a week. Try and spread it out so your body's not being infilled by some of these toxins that are contained in our foods. Because there's no ifs or buts about it. It's not going to go away. Our food manufacturers are still going to keep raping us with with what they're putting in our foods. So all we can do is take stock of what we eat, take better care, read up more about what we're eating, and just ensure we're not poisoning ourselves. Seriously, because it's so easy to. It's too easy to. I know. And there was another article I had, but my article catcher is not working at the moment. And this is about the use of plastic tubs, using plastic containers. That's also a risk in using those as well. And we need to be really careful about how and when we're using them, how long we're actually keeping them for as well. And maybe we shouldn't be using them at all. But I'll bring that story. Oh, actually, I've got it here. This is where it is. Now, if you notice, we've got a new set of plastic containers that have come into the mix. We've got the white plastic tubs that I think everyone gets, but you've seen the black ones, right? Especially the food containers. Okay, so there are potential health risks with these black containers, and there's a viral clip posted on TikTok. And basically, the black plastic is made from recycled electronics. And it's one of the most toxic foods, one of the most toxic things you can put your food in.
It's made from what?
Recycled electronics. That's what the black plastic containers are made from.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the thing, we're heating these up as well with our food, so it can't be good.
Yeah. They're linked to so many toxins. It's unbelievable. I'm not even going to try and list them out. What's in them, but they've got flame inhibiting chemicals known as PBDE, and individuals with high levels of this chemical in their bloodstream were 300% more to likely die of cancer. So black plastics are more likely to contain unregulated amounts of toxic chemicals, including heavy metals and flame retardants, which can leach into food and pose a hazard to human health. And in addition to that, the black plastics are not recyclable due to their colour. So replace these. I've been collecting them. I'm now throwing them out. They're good, right? When you get them from the food shops, you get all these containers and you think, oh, I'll keep all of these and I can use them for saving food. But I think I'm going to move to glass containers now. They might be a little bit more heavier, but they are actually more durable. And as they say, you shouldn't keep water in a plastic water bottle for heaven and earth and keep putting water into it. The toxins in the plastic will eventually seep into the water. And I'm going to assume that with plastics also. They will seep into your food if we keep using the same bowls over and over to reheat our food in the microwave, because it's really convenient. Get rid of them. Like your plastic bottles, do not keep them.
But equally as well, what there is some toxins in some of the pots that we cook out of as well.
Yes, yeah.
Hence the reason why, this one Salad Master, it's expensive pot, right? Cookware, they call them. People are buying the Salad Master, but they have proved it by some of the tests that they do with the food when it's cooked in a Salad Master and when it's cooked into a normal pot. I think one of the dangerous ones as well is the non-stick, especially when it's scratched.
Yes.
And they're supposed, when it heats up, the toxins are into the food. And a lot of people got scratched up toxin pots, which really and truly we should not be cooking out of.
Yeah, like when you've got those pots when
one of them solid Salad Master, I spent money.
And I'm sure each one of us can be accused of having one of these non-stick pans in our cupboard where it's not
Yeah.
black anymore; it's silver at the bottom.
Mm.
You know that a Dutch pot is different. We're supposed to keep cooking in a Dutch pot. To essentially, it's like having getting rum out of an aged barrel. That's what a Dutch pot is. It's aged. It cooks the food better,
Yeah.
but it's not non-stick, so you haven't got half the levels of
Yeah.
toxins. But it depends actually. Where are they made? And they know that black people and Indian people love a Dutch pot, so you never know with some of these Dutch pots where they're being made and what chemicals, what metals they're using. Especially when you go to these little shops, corner shops, and you think the Dutch pot is only $6.99 in there. I think I'll buy that one. And I think you just got to be a bit more savvy about where you shop and where you get bits from, because the cheaper they are, it looks like the more dangerous they are.
Yeah.
And that's what we've got to be careful of. Jackie Fitz says, morning all. Alcohol is a toxin also, which is largely ignored. Yes, it is. Donald says we might be better off going straight to Billingsgate Market for our fish. I don't know where to go for food anymore. I don't know what's safe, to be honest with you. Now, Nats Anu has put some really good details in the chat about the amount of mercury in fish. I'm not going to read them all out, but please take a read in the Mixcloud at what Nats Anu has put in there as well. Laurie says, HPQ, I've moved to glass, much better. Yes, everybody, I'm moving to glass. I know it's slightly more expensive, but you know what? For peace of mind and health, I'm planning to retire in 5 years. So I need to spend the next 20 ensuring that my health is intact, that I can go and party like a rock star, like SharkyDJ, like he does. DJ Rudy says, there's groups who are having their own farms. Why don't we have a black farm? We eat so much fish. Why are we not fishermen in the UK? Why do we not have a black fish farm? We eat fish all the time.
I got to go out and do that. Yeah.
Yep. Spice Nice says, my Dutch pot is older than me. Well done, girl. Listen, I used to have a Tupperware pot that was older than myself. So Nats Anu says, plastic as a whole not good. Non-stick pans not good. Dutch pot even. Once it's scratched, ditch it no matter. Cheap ain't cheerful. I'm learning that slowly. Cheap is not cheerful. Okay, alcohol is an acceptable toxin by the government. So is a cigarette. Listen, you know what I found out the other day? That ketamine, the drug, is not a Class A drug. It's not classed as Class A. So ketamine is in the Class Bs along with cannabis. Ketamine, the horse tranquilizer.
Oh, right.
Come on, government. I don't know. Maybe because ketamine is not a black choice of drug,
Yeah.
why it's staying up there in the category B. It needs to be Cat A. Anyway, Nats Anu says glass and good grade stainless steel is best. Find the money. Yes, we will do. I will do. I'm moving to glass, getting rid of all the plastic tubs.
Yeah.
Get rid of them all.
Verona, she says, my sister bought all the salad masters. They were over 1,000 for the pots and frying pans. It's actually over £2,000.
Yeah, they are.
I actually own a set of salad masters, and the reason I bought it, I know they were expensive, but it was to try and move over to cook wholly with the salad masters. For the health reason, and then you did the research into the pots and what we are putting in, especially with the cancers and everything that's going on. I am going to buy another piece of salad master. I don't mind spending the money if it's going to look after my health.
Anybody notice though that how much our children are getting all of these health related issues, and us as adults as well? It's got to be linked to food, and yet we have no studies done at the effects of what's in our foods, the plastics, these non-stick pans, and we're using them every day. And the government's telling us that the NHS is overwhelmed. We've got people coming over using NHS. Maybe they should just lobby the manufacturers into producing better food and better packaging for our foods instead of making us responsible for packaging and recycling.
Yeah.
Pass it on to the retailers and the manufacturers, please.
Yeah,
With
we
that,
still have to look after ourselves, don't we?
absolutely. Shastar says, absolutely, spend the money to take care of your health. That's exactly what we are going to be doing, taking care of it and reading up. Don't be lazy. Don't just think, oh, I'll just do it the once, because it will become practice. You won't take care of it. So get rid of the plastic, stop eating tuna, just stop eating, people, and go on OnlyFans. All right? HPQ's out. I'll see you next week.
See you later.